Behold the 72 demons of Solomon. Meet Asmodeus, number 32 out of 72. They call him the demon of lust. But that's only the first layer. Asmodeus is not just about desire. He is about what desire does when it becomes more important than conscience, loyalty, or sanity. He doesn't storm the gates of your life. He waits at the door. You open yourself. In the old grimoires, Asmodeus is listed as a great king of hell, ruling over many legions of spirits. He is sometimes called Asmodei, Asmodai, or Chashmodai. His appearance is a warning in itself. They say he has 3 heads, one of a man, one of a ram, one of a bull. He rides upon a dragon or an infernal beast, and from his mouth pours fire. In some depictions he carries a banner, a spear, or a serpent. Each part of his form is symbolic. The * man's head, intelligence, strategy, reasoning. Lust isn't mindless. It knows how to justify itself. The * ram's head, stubborn passion, burning drive, the urge that refuses to be calmed. The * ram's head, brute force, appetite, the hunger that wants more and more. 3 faces, 1 will. Behind this creature, you can almost hear chains dragging, not because he is chained, but because he brings chains with him. Asmodeus does not appear from nowhere. He walks out of * ancient stories. In the Book of Tobit, he is the unseen husband killer. A young woman named Sarah is promised in marriage, but on every wedding night, before her marriage can be consummated, her bridegroom is strangled by Asmodeus. 7 men die. 7 times, a wedding bed becomes a coffin. Why? Because Asmodeus claims her. In that story, she belongs to him. That's how he works. He turns desire into *, not I love you, but you are mine. No one else may touch you. I would rather see you destroyed than in someone else's arms. It is obsession dressed as romance, possession wearing the mask of passion. In the infernal hierarchy, Asmodeus is often linked to the sin of * lust, but this is not just physical. His lust is for domination over the heart, control over pleasure, the destruction of sacred bonds. He is not satisfied with private fantasy. He wants to see vows torn apart, marriages, oaths, friendships, anything people once believed would last. Asmodeus lives in the gap between what people promise and what they actually do when desire calls louder. If you built a map of hell in symbols instead of fire, Asmodeus would not rule over a field of screaming victims. He would rule over a kingdom of * broken vows. Imagine halls built from shattered rings, walls made of cracked wedding stones, streets paved with the dust of burned letters and messages. Everywhere you look, you see fragments, names half erased, faces scratched out, photographs torn in 2. In one square, a fountain that runs not with water, but with melted promises. I'll always be there. You're the only one. I could never hurt you. They drip down as glowing lines, cool into dark glass, and are swept up again to be broken anew. At the center of this city stands a throne made of twisted bed frames and splintered confessionals. Here, Asmodeus sits, 3-headed, crowned with flame, surrounded by spirits of temptation, jealousy, adultery, addiction. He does not need to chase anyone. They walk into his city themselves, following a light they refuse to call fire. In human life, Asmodeus does not appear as a monster at the foot of the bed. He shows up as * pattern, especially where love and desire mix with secrecy. He is present in the late-night messages sent when you already know you shouldn't, the phrase, "no one has to know," the quiet decision to keep a conversation going not because it's innocent, but because it makes you feel alive in a way you've been missing. The moment when fantasy is invited to cross into reality. He is there when people say, "I'm not doing anything wrong." I pause and yet, that yet is his playground. Asmodeus understands something about the human heart. Most people do not fall because of one huge sudden impulse. They fall through a series of small permissions. It's just a message, It's just flirting. It's just a drink. It's just one night. It just happened. Each step feels too small to matter. Each one rebuilds the story. I'm still in control. Asmodeus is the one who writes the script of those steps. He has no interest in cheap lust without consequences. He wants desire that asterisk destroys, families' commitments, self-respect, the ability to trust yourself again. He is not the flush of attraction. He is what happens when attraction becomes more important than truth. Psychologically, you can see Asmodeus as the spirit of compulsive craving. He shows up whenever desire says, "I know this will hurt, but I want it anyway." He hides inside addiction to porn or fantasy that slowly reshapes what feels normal, patterns of cheating that repeat from one relationship to another, chasing unavailable people just to feel the high of pursuit, using sexuality as a weapon, to punish, to manipulate, to control. He is there when someone thinks, "If I don't feel this intensity, it's not real." Under his influence, calm love feels boring, stability feels dead, respect feels weak, so they seek chaos instead, and call it passion. In some magical traditions, Asmodeus is invoked by those who want irresistible charm, sexual power, influence over lovers, the ability to ruin rivals' relationships. He does not always say no, but he never gives without taking. He might grant charisma, magnetism, a certain dark appeal. He might tilt situations so that people are drawn to the summoner, but in exchange, he erodes their ability to form simple, honest connections. The more they use cunning and seduction, the less they remember how to simply be. Life becomes a series of games, tests, contests of control. They may get what they want, but they no longer know what they actually need. Asmodeus is also the demon of envy and love, not just wanting someone, but wanting them because they belong to someone else. He twists attraction into conquest. I don't just want you, I want to take you away from them. In that moment, people stop seeing one another as human beings and start seeing trophies, wins, proof of superiority. Asmodeus feeds on this. Every time someone flirts with a person just to see if they can break a boundary, he is watching. Every time someone tests how far they can push, even when they don't even truly want what they're chasing, he smiles, because those games leave scars that don't fade quickly. Trust issues, fear of intimacy beliefs like everyone cheats, the feeling that love is always a risk of humiliation. Asmodeus doesn't have to be present in every heartbreak, but in the heartbreaks designed on purpose, with full awareness, that is his signature. In some stories, to drive Asmodeus away required not just prayer, but discipline. In Tobit, the angel instructs the bridegroom to burn a certain fish's heart and liver, and the smoke drives Asmodeus out. Symbolically, it's about mixing the right elements of body and spirit, action, intention, sacrifice. Whether you take that literally or not, there is a deeper message. You cannot expel Asmodeus with words alone. You drive him out by choosing integrity over thrill. Again and again, he is allergic to consistent, boring, healthy choices. He starves in relationships built on clear communication boundaries, honesty about desire, the refusal to use sex as a weapon or a bargaining chip. He cannot live where people are willing to sit with discomfort instead of escaping into seduction. In modern life, you can see his shadow in many places at once. In media that glorifies betrayal as freedom, in cultures that treat commitment as a joke, in industries that turn human bodies into endless scrolling products, in the way people talk about love as a game to win instead of a garden to tend. Again, you don't have to believe in demons to see Asmodeus. You meet him every time a person says, "I know this will break someone who trusts me, and I'm choosing it anyway." Every time someone uses another's longing as a toy. Every time lust becomes less about connection and more about erasing the feeling of emptiness inside. But there is another side to this demon's existence. Like all powerful shadows, Asmodeus points to a powerful light. He reveals how strong the human drive to connect is, how deep the longing for union, how painful loneliness can be. If desire were weak, he would have no kingdom. Asmodeus is a twisted mirror of the truth that humans are made for intimacy, real intimacy, not just bodies touching, but souls allowed to be seen. He corrupts it by substituting intensity for authenticity. He offers fire without warmth, touch without safety, closeness without respect. To resist him is not to reject desire, it is to reclaim it, to say, I want passion, but not at the cost of my soul. I want connection, but not built on lies. I want pleasure, but not if it means becoming someone I cannot respect. So who is Asmodeus in the end? He is the *king of distorted desire, the lord of broken vows, the architect of it just happened, the patron of secret affairs that taste like triumph and end in ash. He is the voice that says, you deserve this, when this is exactly what will destroy what you value most. He will never knock on your door and announce himself. He prefers that you call. Everything he offers freedom instead of chains. But if you look closely, in the quiet after the high, you can see his footprints clearly. They always lead away from trust, from dignity, from peace. And if you ever find yourself standing there, in the ruins of a choice you called love but no, was something else, you will understand why they say Asmodeus does not just tempt. He waits at the exact point where your hunger is stronger than your honesty, and asks very softly, are you sure you want to stop now?